Hey Capricorn, I was just singing. I won't sing for you because that'd be horrible. Um, the Grateful Dead song, I may be going to hell in a, it's called Hell in a Bucket, I think is the title. I may be going to hell in a bucket, but at least I'm enjoying the ride. Um, and I just get this feeling, and maybe it's the Jupiter influence with you guys, with Jupiter and Saturn being so close, and maybe what happened on December 21st, 2020, is really going to continue to influence you throughout all of 2021. Sorry, I just am jumping right in. This is a reading for Capricorn overview for the whole year for 2021. Um, yeah, so okay, so I did some channeling. Then we'll look at the cards. I haven't looked at the cards yet, just saving some time. So let me read what I got. So if you've been down, I see things feeling lighter and brighter. Negative energy you've been carrying is released. And I also got the word banished, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I'm sorry, I have a the minute I start talking, my throat gets all scratchy. So I see this as, yeah, almost maybe do some salt baths or some sort of energy clearing, white light protection. Even if you don't believe in that stuff, sometimes just doing a ritual and intentionally releasing energy really does have a psychological effect to me in a positive way. Just like uh, moon rituals where you bury something or burn something, you write it down, and then you release it some way. Just the act of getting thoughts from your head sort of down on paper where you can examine it and then make a decision about it, I think is very helpful. But banished almost made me think of a spell. Like, and I don't know. I like to choose to believe in magic, but I don't really believe in bad spells, but I'm also open enough and superstitious enough in some ways to say, well, hell, it can't hurt to do a banishing smell, I almost said. So you may just do some of those types of things just because, why not? Getting lost in a project for some, a labor of love, maybe a book or something more hands on. This is something where you lose track of time while you're doing this. It's so consuming in a positive way, very motivated to make something happen. Maybe it may be time to spend a little money and get yourself a fully functioning home office. Something really comfortable that has all the necessary components. Like I've been sitting either here at my breakfast. This is like a kitchen island. That's what it's called, Jen. And I have these stools that honestly are not comfortable. Like I'm never comfortable, and sometimes more comfortable on the couch because I have a laptop. But um, I don't think I'm going to be here permanently, so I'm trying to just hold out. But for some of you, I think you may be in a situation where even if it's not all the time, or you may be working from home like half the time at least, if not fully. And so, get your two monitors, get your printer, whatever you need for your job. And I see some of you even repurposing a place or um, revamping a bathroom, even putting some walls up, even if they're kind of, I don't know, I see you really making a space. And I think creatively and just mentally, it will be nice. You're like, oh, okay, I'm comfortable. You won't feel like you're a squatter. Like, just, I don't know. It will make it just will make it the separation of office and home. It'll make it clearer somehow because You have a specific spot where you will go into, even if it's a 6 by 6 room, even if it's like temporary walls, that you go into, and that when you leave, it's separate. It's not right there saying work, 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 like I am kind of with my laptop just integrated into my home. I don't know. So you may be thinking about that. Then I see you stoking the embers. So I love to camp. And so for those of you who camp who know what I'm thinking, understand what I'm talking about. I'm having trouble speaking. But those of you who don't, so if you're out camping, you have a campfire. And as you sleep through the night, obviously the wood burns out. And in the morning you wake up and there's just a bunch of white ash and maybe a few pieces of really small chunks of wood. But if you just put a piece of fresh firewood on top of it, it just starts back. The fire just starts up automatically. You don't have to do any sort of prep to get it going again. And for me, it was sort of like your motivation, your fire, your passion, your creativity, your energy, your inspiration, your determination, all of that is getting reignited. So if you've been, again, at the beginning, what do we say? If you've been down, you'll be feeling lighter and brighter. And this is something's getting you, I don't know, something's turning around in your brain. And you're just in a better state of mind. Then I got the movie The Matrix. I saw The Matrix in a movie theater and I fell asleep because my thyroid was all messed up. All I remember is tons of gunfire. So I should go back and see the Matrix. So I don't sure if The Matrix has some sort of significance for you. And then sparkles. Again, this seemed just out of nowhere and I had to make myself write it down because just because I don't understand it doesn't mean someone else. So something about sparkles. And then I got it said filters on Instagram. That seemed random too. But then I got a real rebranding. So this really moved into something that maybe this motivation or this lightness is, and this project and I got it definitely for work for some of you, but it could be just your whole life. Like your mentality has changed in such a way, your perspective, that there's this shifting, this moving in a different direction. And the pandemic was likely the catalyst, but not necessarily, where you're thinking, let's look at everything. Everything is up for discussion. All ideas are welcome. This is more of a fun energy. It's not fun brainstorming sessions. And then motivated to hit the ground running. But this is going to be a fluid and organic process. So something may just strike you where you're like, well, do we have to go back to the way things were? And do we have to live here? Do we have to, whatever it is, do we have to live in this house? Maybe if you don't want to move far away. Somehow just everything's on the table. What are your dreams? Life is short. What do we want to do? What's our plan? How are we going to get there? Someone else had this. Oh, I can look because I took notes, but I'm not sure if it came up in the notes or the tarot cards. I'm sorry, who was it? Oh my God, okay, Libra, I literally say I see a brainstorming session, planning and executing the plan. Okay, it was Libra. I wonder if that was kind of interesting. Definitely write things down. It may be the brainstorming, maybe just lots of random ideas, but if you write it down, you may see patterns, words may stand out. And so if you do a rebranding of some sort, um, that can help with some of that um, marketing, I guess. I'm no marketing expert, that's for sure. As you probably noticed by my channel, that's a bit of a hot mess. I just kind of throw things out there. Okay, this card is basically the underlying theme for the whole year. Maybe a little bit of the energy you're bringing in from 2020, but oh, it's justice. Someone else had the justice card in this spot too. Damn. So this is balance. Think of the scales, the balancing, weighing options, weighing things. Yeah, getting a feel, but it's not. I see it less as. I do see you crunching the numbers using really realistic facts, but I also again see this fluidity and letting go. And again, I think that it's Jupiter. Jupiter's expansive. It's come on, let's just enjoy the ride. Let's just give it a shot. You're never gonna know some things you don't know without doing them. You have to just experience them or just give them a try. Same with relationships, a job, lots of things, hobbies. You don't know until you actually go give it a try and experience it, what it's going to be like. Bringing your life into balance, home life, work balance, contracts, getting things in writing, advertising I'm seeing, which is just because of there's a sword in here. It's the communication, the air sign, the Libra again. Yeah, connection to a Libra potentially, or something around Libra time, which is end of September into, around the 20th or something of October, either last year or this year. Go back and maybe reviewing contracts, reviewing the wording, maybe updating them. Maybe a lease. Yeah, whatever you have to sign an agreement. It could be refinancing, mortgage rates are super low. All those types of things. Everything's up for discussion. Here's that nice brainstorming session I was thinking. Getting together. So the Three of Cups for me is getting together with friends, socializing, maybe having a beverage. Could be coffee if you don't drink. But usually going out, having a few drinks, and just letting loose a little, having fun. But I also see that this could be maybe you have some brainstorming sessions and it's really fun and loose, and again, everything's up for discussion. All ideas, I mean, you may laugh at some or go, I don't know about some, but they get written down. And I think just be open because you may be surprised and excited where the direction things may take, and the creativity and the excitement and the breath of fresh air that brings in. Damn it, I should write who gets which cards. The Seven of Swords. This is, this could be some language in some contract that's a little sneaky or shitty that makes things a little more difficult to do. It could be someone who is not being upfront, someone that's sneaking around and not necessarily like cheating, could be, but just went out of my head. like someone being nosy, someone skirting the truth, someone avoiding something. It also has a message where you may want to come at something from a different angle than you have been. Sometimes bursting through the front door and demanding something, not that you guys would do that, but you know what I'm saying. Um, Having a more roundabout approach, using connections, networking, maybe things like that. But if something seems a little suspicious, look into it, ask for backup, ask for documentation. Um, just do your due diligence. If you get that your spidey senses like, wait, something seems maybe not right here. Knight of Pentacles. So this knight is always successful. It's a very Capricorn energy. It plans, it's slow moving, it takes its time, it doesn't spend money it doesn't have, it saves first and then implements something. Or it's very um, financially and time-wise, very realistic. So if they're going to implement a project, like a fire sign, I'm a fire sign, I would say, oh yeah, we'll be done as soon as possible. um, but the Pentacles is going to be more conservative and cautious and build in more time just so they don't feel rushed and they can make sure it's truly done to the quantity. So if you're feeling at all pressured or rushed, it may be someone saying, oh, this has to be done right now. And you go and look and you're like, actually, I just read the lease, the warranty, whatever it is, my policy, and it says this, this, and this. And so please don't rush me. Don't try to force me into anything, or any combination of that. Huh. This Seven of Swords could come as a bit of a surprise. You may feel a little betrayal over this. Um, but I don't see it as being too big of a deal. I mean, things will turn out fairly. Things will even out. Um, I think I see it being fine. These are some career cards. Nine of Wands. Someone else had this in this position. I think it was Sag, maybe, or Libra. Wow, Nine of Wands. The World. Seven. Okay, you got Seven of Swords again. Yeah. So someone either just can't, maybe they're passive aggressive, or they just are so conflict avoidant. They if someone's behavior is getting bizarre or weird or just catching your attention, um and I don't have any great suggestions, and of course it would depend on you and the person, finding a way to, I see almost sitting someone down and saying, come on out with it, just let's just talk about it, because I can tell something's up. Um, and it's, if their behavior is affecting you in some, it's like, come on, we have to be able to talk about this, or um, a cycle will be coming to an end. This Jupiter Saturn at the end of 2020, very much wrapping things up and starting a new era, a new. It's a shift where you'll think you'll you know how you remember sections of your life depending on where you lived, what job you had, something that was going on, something memorable. There will be a memorable shift from as you're going through 2021. It's going to be a new phase, a new level, a new chapter, a new chapter, a new chapter. So that reminds me of book writing too, but a new chapter in your life. Nine of Wands, it's you had all of these growing, all all of these rods had vines growing on it, and it's down to one. So something, this card can mean persevere or just focus on that one thing and let the other stuff go. Um, it could be you're hyper focused in one area and have neglected these others. I don't see Capricorn doing that, honestly. So, is it worth, is the ground that all of these wands are planted in just not, it's just not fertile for the time's not right, something about it. And now are you spending all sorts of energy to keep this going when it's very unlikely it will succeed when the others haven't? But it can also be perseverance. You still have one left. Maybe because you were scattering your energy, um, it was too scattered, but now you can just focus on this one thing and that will make it successful. I'm getting a little bit of a Seven of Pentacles vibe of how do you measure that? How do you determine how if you should put more time and energy into this or let it go? I see a reinventing of the career sector. Not even necessarily, yeah, just going back to that rebranding, reimagining, reviving, re Mercury retrograde energy that brings fresh energy. But there's some bullshit going on. I think it's will be more contractually that you're just gonna have to deal with some bullshit over here. And then okay, and then you will be free. You're still tied to something career wise in a way you don't want to be, and or in something that has a contract. It could be you working your home life, but working with someone and it's their work. Does that make sense? That could be maybe someone came to do work and they didn't finish it, something like that. And then I got romance card, and you had an extra one here, Capricorn. The Chariot. Here's that reassessing. Reassessing, are we happy here? Are we happy with things? What are our dreams? Are we just going through the motions instead of just reacting to life and going along and going through the motions? What do we really want as a couple out of life? And are we doing what we need to do to make that happen? Or are we just dreaming about it and never really taking any steps to make it happen? Now, if you're single, this is um, same thing, reassessing. Where have I been? Where am I now? Where do I want to go? Where have I gotten out off my path? And to get back on track. You may move for someone if you've been doing or decide to quarantine with someone if you've been doing the distance thing. There are plans being made. This could be getting engaged, moving in, buying a house, having a baby, retiring, and any and all of the above, and lots of things I didn't even mention, but really making a plan. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is enjoying the fruits of your labor. This is someone in a relationship. It could mean you've been single and you're happy and you've built a life for yourself, but someone's coming in quickly and you don't know how you feel about that. It can also show, though, This is very much a Capricorn energy. I'm an adult. I'm mature. I don't have a desperate need to have someone in my life. There's no um, ulterior motives in the sense, oh, financially it's better, or I feel lonely and I want someone there. This is, I am fine on my own. I can get my own bank loan. I can get my car serviced. I can clean my house. I can do my laundry. I'm an adult. I can make it happen. I can take care of myself. I can save money. I can support myself. You got to figure it out. And to have two people like that come together is really nice because the relationship doesn't have any underlying expectations or needs that are being put on the other that they may not even know anything about. I'm expected to make you happy. I'm expected to, fill in the blank. That's not there with this Nine of Pentacles energy because you know you're whole and complete on your own. And then the rest is gravy. Manifesting. I feel like you've met someone where you share a similar plant, maybe of another earth sign, where together you think the same way, you plan the same way, you have that same type of energy, and it's really nice because there's an appreciation and a vibe and a flow that makes things comfortable and low energy where you want low energy instead of any drama or tension. You have everything right now. You don't have to lose 20 pounds. You don't have to get a better job. You don't have to um, do anything but just do your own self work. And as you're doing, you have everything to have the relationship now. There's no waiting. So really appreciate your self worth, and you can start manifesting the relationship or life partner that you want right now by changing your mindset and taking a more active approach to things instead of just a passive or reactive approach. Wow, good Lord. So we have three major arcana. So the love life, the home life, the romance is going to be very highlighted this year. The Emperor also reminds you to stand on your own, that your needs matter, and you can't always, if you live your life to please everyone else and make sure that they don't get upset and they're happy and consistently ignore your own needs, um, you guys know it's not healthy. So the Emperor says, hey, you're the one that has to live with the consequences of your decisions. So you need to be confident in the decisions you're making, because if you make them for someone else and something goes wrong, you're still the one that has to deal with them. And you're not responsible for other people's reactions. If they don't like something, uh, that's on them. That's a super hard thing to, for me at least, I don't know. I guess I'm very codependent, or maybe it's a more female thing where I feel like I have to, or maybe I just like a peaceful atmosphere. So I try to do everything to keep the peace because I just don't want the negative energy. So I guess being the emperor in your own life, you you have the reins. You're in charge of yourself. You can manifest the relationship you want. But you have to make the decisions you make have to be right for you because you're the one that will have to deal with the consequences. So your vote matters. That's kind of interesting. I'll have to think about that more, this top line. Okay, Capricorn, thank you so much for watching. I wish you a wonderful 2021. Take care.